Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Judge, you're muted.
That was strange. Okay, well, what I was trying to explain is that I'm having some technical difficulties. So I guess that reinforced that problem. I do apologize for the late start. I just hit an update that was not what I expected and it changed some things, but I think we've got it now. And I just want to give an orientation before we get started. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to just call forward Jada Fountain, or sorry, Fairley, excuse me, ma'am, and go ahead and let you start with with the prosecutor meeting on the pretrial. So I'll go ahead and let y'all do that. Uh, since you have the rules and I know you know them. So Mr. Matson is the prosecutor for the city, and I'm sending him over to that meeting. That's on the Janika Aldous case, and you folks will go ahead and work on that. So while we're waiting for them, and I did note when people logged in, but before we get started, I do like to sort of have an orientation and let people know a few things. Like when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are methods that we have for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. It's just an accusation. When you give a plea, you're giving your answer. You're answering that accusation with your response. Generally, there are three options for pleading. And what I want to tell you is that if you plead guilty, you are admitting an offense. You're saying, I did this. We're moving that case into sentencing. If you enter a plea of no contest, you're allowing the court to move forward without admitting or denying the offense. But we move that case into sentencing. If you plead not guilty, you're just exercising that right that you have under the law to come forward and potentially have six persons make a decision as to whether or not you're guilty. And we do that ultimately here in the courtroom. But we still have the convenience of being online, although this morning it was probably a little, you might have been frustrated waiting, but it's still rather convenient and it's by agreement. So if you really would rather come in and face-to-face converse, that's not a problem. We can schedule that. Just let me know, okay, that you would prefer to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that everybody's okay with it and we'll move forward. If you've pleaded not guilty, you're meeting with the prosecutor today, again, just by agreement. And we'll try to minimize the time that you have to come over to the court if we can. I know it's not easy, especially during the holidays. Is there a way to, it is warm in here. Thank you. It feels really hot in my space. Okay, and so that's the basic thing. But before we get started, or before you get started on a case, you have the right to meet with an attorney of your choice and decide whether you want to proceed with legal counsel. In the Class C court, which this is, that's not an appointed person, but you have time to do that by simply saying, Judge, I need some time. And you may decide to hire a person to represent you, and that is no problem. In fact, we have a number of lawyers here today representing persons, and that is no different. You're not, nothing negative happens to you for having done that if you choose to do that. If you come back without an attorney, that is also fine. It's not an obligation to hire. It's just getting that legal information before you proceed and deciding what you want to do with regard to that. Because I can't apply the law to your case. Uh, I can't, I believe Zena's in, and I think it must be for somebody out front. So just letting the clerk here know what's happening. Uh, okay, and so what I want to let you know is that, you know, I can't apply the law to your case and give you legal advice. Only a lawyer can do that. I can answer general questions like, what are the requirements for the court? What do I need to, where do I need to look for that? But I can't legally advise you and apply the law to your case. So you may choose to invoke that right. And again, as I say, no problem whatsoever. Just let me know though, hey, I need some time. Okay. Now, ultimately then, if you hire someone, we work with that person, and I don't work directly with you at that point because that's your representative in the court. If you've pleaded guilty or no contest, you might be here to visit with me, and I have a few people on my docket today that are here. And I just want you to know that I'll be going in that sentencing direction. You might listen because there are some options that people might have for dismissals under the law. And if the person is qualified for those, we may be talking about that. There are four options for dismissal. They include things that can be brought into compliance, driver safety course options, what is called a deferred disposition, which is a process that ultimately leads to a dismissal. And the court, we have a teen court that we utilize. And we look at those tools in connection with your plea. And if you're pleading guilty or no contest, that's a discussion that we most likely could have. Now, I saw Mr. Matson and Ms. Fairley come back in, and let me get that file out, the Aldous case. And let me hear from the attorneys quickly on that matter and see where we are in regard to that case, which is a single charge of speeding.
We have an offer on the table, so if we could reset to the next Zoom hearing, that would be great.
Okay. We can reset to Zoom if that's appropriate for y'all, and agreed by you both. So my next Zoom for pretrial is actually February 11th. We've got a pretty full docket until then. Will that work for you, Attorney Fairley?
Yes, Judge, that'll work for me.
And am I saying your last name correctly, Jada?
You are.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Fairley. I appreciate that. And so Attorney Fairley, Attorney Matson, I'll reset that and send that to your inbox on the email that we used for today's meeting. Is that a good email for you both?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, then we will let you go without further request from the court. Thank you for your time unless you have any questions.
That'll be all. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. And Attorney Matson, I'm going to move you forward. The next person is David Dickinson's law firm. Stetson Childress is the case.
Yes, Your Honor. Will Gray. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Childress.
Great. Okay. I will move you over to that meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that answers that question. Somebody hitting there. Okay, yeah, that's helpful. Okay. And so let me talk to, if I could, Nora McGrew. I think you're here today. And let me get your file pulled up and we'll talk for a moment. Can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Are you able to get on screen? That helps a little bit for me.
There we go.
Thank you very much. How are you, first of all?
I'm doing better. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. I wanted to talk with you. We had community service ordered on both of your cases to satisfy fines and costs. And we did get a timesheet in from on December 9th. That was yesterday. And we had already set this up. So let me just kind of check in.
Mommy.
Let me check in real quickly and take a look at that because I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Could you give me a moment?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, Friends in Crisis probably is a nonprofit organization. For the purpose of just us talking, I don't know if I've pre-approved it yet. We have a pre-approval process that we normally ask that you go through in order to make sure those hours are going to be able to be received by the court under the law. But I can check on that, assuming that, those hours check out. It was 6 hours that you have turned in, of the 23. And we could sort of handle this a couple of different ways. That if they check out, then that's 17 hours due next. And I could go ahead and once I get that verified, I can credit your account. And then just extend you further time to get that done. Your email indicated that you might wish to pay it. I didn't get an update on your payment application. I can allow payments. Normally I don't unless things have changed and your income is different or your bills are different or your circumstances have changed such that it is no longer a hardship to do payment. So I'm kind of an open book on this issue right now. I need to hear from you, Ms. McGrew, what's going to work best for you.
Well, I just think with my schedule with kids and with working, if I could just see, if it's a moment, baby, if payment will be an option,
Yes, it is.
because I don't know how much, I have left. I just figured, I could probably like pay it off and just finish it out.
Okay. If the 6 hours check out, then I credit your account and that would give you a balance of 349.
Okay.
And at that point, I would give you whatever you needed. I could do a $50 a month payment if that is going to work for you.
Oh.
If not, I can entertain a different amount.
Yeah, actually that works perfectly.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to make a note that I'm going to check the hours out and we'll try to do that. What we'll do is we'll send you a payment plan. And if you can sign it and return it today, is that possible?
I'm not sure if I could do it today. I could email it back.
Yeah. If you can print it and sign it and email it back, we're good.
Okay.
And it's gonna say the higher amount because it may take me a couple of days to check the other hours out.
Okay.
Once we check those out, we're just gonna shave them off the bottom of that payment plan so that you'll just finish earlier. And you probably could expect to check on that by Friday or Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If not, there'll be an explanation for why we can't take them, but generally the reason would be if their nonprofit status if they aren't a nonprofit or if it's somehow lapsed. Otherwise, I take it. I don't where it is. But that one, I don't know that one, but by the name, I'm thinking probably it's okay. So I'm guessing there, but, and so I'm going to just make a note that we're doing an email process today on that new plan and crediting once we can do it. And then we will send it, the credit information to you. Once
Okay.
we have it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. McGrew, thank you very much. Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. McGrew, and you take care. Stay well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes. Oh. Sorry. Yeah. Let's start in 30 days. One nine.
It's hard to believe that's 3 days from now.
I know, it's really weird. Okay, and so Mr. Mattson, let's check in if we can regarding the Childress case.
Kind of the same situation, Your Honor. We have an offer on the table, so if we could reset to the next Zoom hearing, that would be appreciated.
Okay. And Attorney Gray, will that work for you?
Yes, that works.
My date now is 2/11, and of course, if y'all resolve it beforehand, we remove it. But if not, we're back here on that date to either finalize or take the next step, whichever direction it needs to go.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me assume that the email that we used to set up today's meeting will still work for you, yes?
Yes, that's correct.
If so, we'll send that reset to that account and it should be sometime today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay, then you are good to withdraw without further request. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
And you too. And if I could get Attorney Joel Lowry meeting with Mr. Mattson.
Your Honor, we already have an agreement on that.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lowry. Let me get that case pulled up. Hang on just a moment. That's the Hammett case, is that right?
That is correct,
Yes,
Your Honor.
Okay. Let me hear from y'all.
I'll let Mr. Petson announce the agreement. And I just need to know what to do with getting my client in to take care of it.
Okay, Mr.
Your
Mattson.
Honor, we're looking for payment on the failure to comply with aggressive dog owner requirements offense.
Okay,
Once payment has been received on that, the failing to prevent animal at large offense will be dismissed as part of the plea deal.
okay. And we have a second charge from May 16th. And that has a court date coming up, May 23rd. I assume we're not addressing that one today.
I was not aware of that one, Your Honor.
I think it just came in and it is an animal hearing. No, I'm sorry. We had the animal hearing. Excuse me. We already had that hearing. The 23rd is when I'm looking at the file to see if I am supposed to retain or purge. Sorry, just ignore that. There's a zero balance I'm now noticing, and it doesn't affect this situation at all. So, okay. So then dismissing the failed to prevent animal at large charge, once payment on the failed to comply charge has been paid.
That is correct.
Is that gonna be today, or how long does your client need, Attorney Lowry?
And I don't think she needs any time, Judge. If there's an exact sentence date or whatever, she can come in on that date, or I'm sure she can come in tomorrow.
Okay, let's just say that she's going to come in tomorrow or the next day, in the next 2 days, and get this solved. So that would be the 12th. And once that happens, we'll get a dismissal on the other. I'll sign it, and then we'll email it to you.
Okay. Does she just come up to the where does she need to go?
Good question. She can go online and pay it. She can call in and pay it, or she can come by and pay it. And the details of how you do all the payment stuff is on the online. I don't control that part, but I know it's pretty straightforward there. She just needs the right cause number, which is the cause number that ends in 5605.
5605.
Right. I can give you the whole cause number.
And then the only other question, my understanding, Mr. Mattson, is that one's the one she's paying on is going to be a deferred disposition.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
No, my understanding is that it was just going to be a straight hit and that the other one would be dismissed. Those will be discussed previously.
Would y'all like to visit further?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me move y'all over and allow that to happen properly where I'm not part of the conversation. No problem, but let me move you over, Mr. Lowry, to that meeting, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'll leave that out for a minute. And I just want to talk next to Sarah Green. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you able to get on screen, Ms. Green?
Yes, ma'am.
People probably joke with you about screen and green rhyming, don't they?
Maybe.
I'm not going to do that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just
You're okay.
being polite. I get the perfect joke all the time.
Yeah.
So we had a minor in possession of alcohol charge, and you are 20.
Yes.
And I think what I got was that um, there was some confusion over what was required. Let me just look real quickly. Give me one more moment.
Okay.
Is this a straight hit?
No, we did it.
Okay, good. That gives me more freedom. Uh, I saw, yeah, you have good notes for me. So what I'm gonna do is what was done was not what was ordered, okay? What was ordered was an 8-hour course in alcohol awareness and then 20 hours of alcohol related community service.
Mhm.
You turned in a driver safety course and an essay. So I can count that as the community service. Okay.
Okay.
So I can then extend you to do the alcohol awareness class. I can give you some more time and you can do that class online. And we sent information to you before, but we'll resend it. I know you were in the middle maybe of a move. Did you move?
Yes, ma'am. I moved to Florida.
Okay. And I don't say people's addresses out loud over the internet. So if you would email that over in, the emails that we
Mhm.
sent you, just email back on the most recent thread
Okay.
and give me that new address. I've changed my address. That way we can get our file to reflect it properly
Okay.
and you'll get everything you need to get. I'm going to need to extend your deferral and we just don't have a ton of time. Let me look real quickly what I can do. Give me a moment. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. So we can go to February 20th to end the deferral.
Okay.
So it was going to end in November. It's
Mhm.
now going to end February 20th. And then what I would ask you to do is complete your alcohol awareness class by, she did the alcohol awareness class. The notes here say that she did. Oh, I'm sorry. I have misread this.
You're okay.
I'm going a little further than I need to. Okay. Actually, we did get the class. The hours weren't properly done.
Yeah, I got a little confused.
Okay. Well, I think what you did was in good faith.
Yeah, I
We're in a,
tried.
we're in a deferral, and so I'm allowed to count it.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. I got confused over
Okay.
the confusion. Um, so I'm just gonna make a note. Sorry, you have to take time for me to write.
It's okay.
Okay. So therefore you've completed the process and I'm not going to find you guilty. I'll allow the community service to be as you've done it. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And I've made notes for the clerk so that it's not confusing so that I haven't further confused anyone else. And do give us your new email just in case anything comes up. But we should be done with this process essentially, okay?
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and you take care.
You
You're
too.
good to go. Thank you. Yeah. Mr. Matson, I know you and Mr. Lowry visited further, and it looks like he stepped away, but he might just be right there. Okay. If y'all can just update me, we were kind of halfway in.
Judge, if I
I
could
think
just,
it was. Go ahead, Mr. Lowry.
I was just saying, Judge, if I could just have, I think we probably are going to end up with an agreement anyway, but it's not what I explained to my client. So if I could have I can do it as quickly as the court wants to put it on the docket. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but I just need to clarify with my client what the prosecutors offer.
Yeah, that's why we do these pre-trials. So I think you're right, Attorney Lowry. Here's what I would like to do. I'm going to schedule y'all for the next available, which is pretty far away, February 11th. But we don't have to wait that long. We can always get papers in and get signatures done and have dates on them and get that dismissal and that deferral if that's the agreement, or if the agreement is not that, if the agreement is something different, then getting that to me earlier, y'all getting agreement beforehand. Y'all can do that through email and email the court, and we'll get you squared away and off that docket. Okay. So we'll email to the email that you have on file, that we have on file that we used for today, and have that reset date. And that's really just, if it isn't solved before then, we come in and see if we can get to resolution or not. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
I certainly understand you need your client to, you can't agree without their agreement. That's just how it goes sometimes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Look forward to seeing you next time. And if you don't have any further questions, I will let you go without further request.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a Merry Christmas.
And you too. Thank you. And Andrew Wolf, Attorney Wolf, let me go ahead and move you forward to talk to Mr. Matson. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. I will move you over. And I would like to talk to, I know you're on both dockets, Ms. Castro, but I wanted to visit with you first. And so give me just a quick moment to review your file, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you this morning?
Hanging in there.
Sometimes that's the day. That's just sometimes how
Yes, ma'am.
it goes. Okay, let's see. We've got a reset. Insurance reset, presume. Email. Okay, so sorry, give me a moment. So on our docket, she's on for the insurance case, is that right? And then pretrial on the other two. Okay, so on my docket, I have a no insurance charge from November 29th. There's a second charge that you're going to talk to the prosecutor about, along with the issue about the license. So you and I are not going to address that right now, okay?
Okay.
But we're just talking about the first case in November. And let's see, you have insurance now. The stop on that one was November 29th. Were you insured at that time? That first?
No, ma'am, I was waiting on my paycheck to come in.
Okay, so, and then you did acquire SR 22 insurance. I see that in the file.
Yes,
And
ma'am, I have both.
right, yeah, no, I know that situation. I mean, I understand how that works a little bit. I'm just looking real quick to see. Okay, so that started in August. That started. Okay, the day after the second stop. Okay, so I had a no contest plea on the first one, the one on November 29th. And I think I'm just looking at your financial situation to see what we might do with the balance, which is 131. And I did get the updated, I think I got an updated. Are you still with BISD?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and your spouse is with Academy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then are y'all receiving food stamps?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so I'm actually showing that I should order community service. And I could do that. If I did that, I actually give $20 credit per hour. And that turns into 7 hours of community service. And I would start by giving you a month to do that. I have a list of places where you can do the community service. They aren't exclusive to the city of Temple, although they do include some of their offices. You can pick where you want off the list that I have. If you leave the list and try to go to something different, I have a pre-approval process that I have you do, and that would be due within 2 weeks from today. Otherwise, I can give you a month or even an extension out to 60 days if I need to, if circumstances warrant that. You're a working person and I understand that. And you're a parent and I understand that too. So I could extend you out to 60 days and then your children are little. So, it would give you time to kind of just get an hour or two here, an hour or two there until you got it done and turned in. Would you like to do it that way?
The issue with community service is my hours at BISD interfere with being able to do community service because a lot of the places that I've tried to do them at, they're wanting me there at like early in the morning between 9 and 11. And I'm at work from 8 in the morning till 2:30.
Yeah, sometimes people do them on the weekends, and sometimes there are places that are, can work with you. I get hours off of different all times of the day. So I have a list of places where you can do that work, and I don't know where you tried, but it's usually not a problem. People can find time to do it. If you would prefer to do payments, but I'm showing it's a hardship.
It is a hardship, but I'll just figure a way to make the payments. Because with my husband's work schedule, and my work schedule, and we're only with one vehicle, it's very hard for me to get to and from other places as well.
Okay. All right. I think we've been doing $25 a month. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that behind? I haven't looked. I'm sorry.
I know the last time that we met, you had told me not to make any payments at the time, so I haven't made any yet.
Okay.
But I can start making payments this week.
It's all in 6 and 1 and a half dozen in the other. It's the month of Christmas. And I know when I worked for the state, I got paid on the 25th. Is that still the case?
I get paid every 2 weeks.
Okay. When
My
is your
husband,
next paycheck? Is it this Friday or next Friday?
it's this Friday.
Okay. So this Friday is the 13th, and then the 27th is the next time you would get paid. I can wait until, that date after Christmas if you would prefer.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. And I can email that to you. And if you can print it and sign it and email it back, then, that's all we need. And it would just restart.
Okay.
Okay. Will that work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have we had it at 25?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I look at that fine? Give me just another moment. Let me think about other options. Hold on just a
Yes,
moment.
ma'am. Thank you.
I just need to talk to the clerk for a moment.
Fine is $200. She has $131 up on fine.
I can waive the balance.
That with everything.
The 131, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, actually, ma'am, I'm gonna find that it is a hardship to pay, that it is a hardship to do the service, and therefore I will waive the 131 that is due on this case. Okay,
Thank you.
so you're not gonna have a payment plan. Okay,
Okay.
hold on just a moment.
No problem.
Okay, I still have your file out for when you talk to Mr. Matson, and that's coming right up. So just wait and we'll be right, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so just to clarify and make sure it's understandable, there's no more owed on the case that you were paying on, that insurance case from November. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. All right, Mr. Matson and Mr. Wolf, let me get the file pulled up for your client, Mr. Wolf, Mr. York, okay? Hang on just a moment. Okay, let's see, it's the 10th. I've got the 12th on everything. I fixed that now.
Attorney Flores is trying to.
Okay. Yeah, I see a few people actually. Y'all just hang on a quick moment. Let me get, we've got some latecomers. And it's gonna be. Okay, let me let all those folks in. And so, Mr. Wolf, Mr. Matson, where are we on the York case?
So, Your Honor, for Mr. York, we have an agreement. The only thing that we're missing is his fingerprints. And
Okay.
he's supposed to get those done today, is what he told Mr. Wolf. And the last time that we met, we had discussed removing the family violence tag and then doing a deferral.
I'm just at a loss because I've been asking this guy to do this since August. No, September. So all I can do is reset it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pre-commit. He hasn't done his part, so I'm not gonna say I'll follow anything yet. Pretrial Zoom 211. I need those today. He's been ordered to do it and we talked about this last time, Attorney Wolf, and that was in October. So I'm kind of disappointed.
We did. I sent the email, but I guess he doesn't check his email, is what the indication I got. So
He doesn't pick up his mail either because we mailed it to him. So, I can't, I just don't know what to say on that, but I'll reschedule it. It's a court order and I can hold him in contempt and take those steps. I guess I might need to consider that, but once you came on the case, I really thought we were going to get somewhere. So
we'll take care of it, Judge.
thank you. Anything further?
There's
Nothing.
also Mr. Hendricks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see that that's also Mr. Wolf's case. Let me get that file pulled. I'm not finding it. Hang on just a moment. I seem to not have it. I don't know what's happening. Mr. Hendricks, Emmanuel. I have it on my docket. I'm just looking for the file. Here it is. Found it. Okay, where are we on this one?
Your Honor, I believe on this one, the offer has previously been conveyed, but there
Yes.
has not been a response yet. So Mr. Wolf needs to reach out to Mr. Hendricks again.
That's
If we could
Judge.
reset.
I've relayed the offer, just waiting to hear back to confirm acceptance. I don't anticipate an issue with that. Once I hear back, I'll get with the court and take care of everything on my end. Typically, I double check the week prior. I was in trial all last week, so
Okay. Last time we gave it 60 days. I think we're forced to do that again. So I'm extending it to 211 on Zoom. Is that okay with you both?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty then.
And then one final question on the York case, Your Honor. Last time we met, we had discussed the removal of the family violence enhancement for deferral, and you said that you wanted the victim to be contacted first.
Yes.
I've called every phone number that police department has. They all immediately say this phone number is not accepting calls. Apparently, the victim has moved out and his whereabouts are unknown. So I'm not quite sure how to get in contact with them to do that.
Yeah, I don't have any aid for that, but I appreciate the disclosure.
Is that going to be a speed bump in the future?
No, I mean,
For-
if you're, it depends on what direction y'all decide to go.
Okay.
The court doesn't lose jurisdiction over that, until a decision is reached. But I will tell you that even if you never find that witness and you set it for trial, I couldn't call it to trial until the fingerprints are in.
We'll get that done, Judge.
I'm asking
I'm not
more.
even supposed to be extending it at this point. I'm supposed to be going after the defendant and arresting him at his workplace or whatever I have to do. So, I'm just here. This is where I am. I have a stop point.
Understood.
Even if a case gets dismissed at trial, those fingerprints have to be. Unless we're going to just throw the law out the window, but I'm not going to do that. So that's all I can do. I mean, the legislature strapped my hands and that's where we are.
I'll do what we
Understood, Your
can
Honor.
to get that compliance taken care of as soon as we can, Judge.
Okay, that would be, appreciated by the court.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. We'll all be back next time, I guess, then. So you're good to go unless there are further questions. Mr. Wolf, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Remember that your client does need that order if he doesn't want to pay for the process, because the police department will, but I'm not going to redo it at this point
Yes, ma'am.
because I'm not beyond he didn't get it done and
Understood.
in contempt. But it says it plain as day right on there because that's legally required.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I know I've followed the law at this point, so I'm going to have to continue.
I'll make those points known to him. I'll stress that, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's just the next step is not trial. The next step is arresting him to get his fingerprints. Or he can choose to go on in, however he wants to do it. But I don't have a choice. But if he doesn't want to pay for it, he needs to take the order with him. That way that's my arrangement with them. It doesn't seem fair to me that you have to pay for it when the law required you to do it. So I have that arrangement with them that they take the walk-in and don't charge them. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So moving forward, let's see. I need to go ahead and move Mr. Matson. You're moving forward with Dana Castro. Ms. Castro has been found indigent, and also unable to do the community service due to hardship. So I just want to let you know that ahead of time. And her other case from November is no longer pending with the court. We've resolved it today. It's just the two cases, the joint stop, and there are items in the file that I think you probably have already taken a look at, but regarding her insurance and so forth.
Okay.
Okay, let me move her over to you.
Judge, just before I move into that breakout room, I'm forwarding Aaron an email right now. Mr. Mason is at an announcement in Williamson County that's running longer than expected and
Okay,
is asking me to reset.
okay, I'll take a look at it.
Thank
Thank you. Okay. He's moving forward. The rest of you are here for, actually, I have one more. Elmo Starling. Hi, Mr. Starling. How are you today?
I'm doing okay today, Your
Good,
Honor.
good. What happened this morning on the late to court thing?
I had to work late yesterday, so I kind of woke up a little later than expected. And I
It,
also I wasn't sure which time because in the email it didn't tell me a specific time that you'd be ready for me.
oh,
I,
no,
I
no,
apologize.
because I don't know who's going to show up on time. So
Right.
just everybody, so it's like any court. It's docket call at this time. So it's not a line that we assign ahead of time and hope that we're not waiting. We
Right.
do like they do in every court in the nation, which is that at 9, everybody who's gonna be here is here. And then I take them in the order that they've shown up. But fortunately for you, I didn't have a heavy docket on my side of the docket today. And you walked in and it's actually your turn. So I'm certainly not gonna make you wait. I'm sitting here waiting myself.
Right.
So let me tell you where I think we are, and then we can see if we're on the same page, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm Judge Person, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Judge Person.
And nice to meet you, Mr. Starling. Thank you for that. Sorry, I'm getting away from Attorney Deutsch. Yeah.
I signed on a few minutes before 9, but am I like way out of line or something here?
You're not out of line. You're actually coming right up.
All right, thank you.
So let's see, Mr. Starling. We have community service on the insurance charge from July 24th. And then we had a request from you to take the driver's license case and not add it to community service and do payments. But we then needed 2 forms to be turned in. One was an update to your financial affidavit, and then the other was just a form kind of explaining the situation to me. I get nervous when somebody says, I don't have income, but I have bills and I'm paying those and I can pay you $150. And it's not that I don't believe you, it's that I don't really see, I'm worried that the person is overpaying and they're gonna wind up, with like a warrant when they should not. So
Yeah, right. Yes, ma'am.
I normally do it all into community service. And right now, we're checking in on that community service as well. If I did all of the cases into community service, it would be 24 hours of community service. And I could work with you on due times, but I would start with February 10th. And I'd give you a list of places here. Now, obviously, you're in a different city. That's okay. You can do this service at any nonprofit in the jurisdiction where you are. I just need to pre-approve it. So I have a pre-approval form that I would send to you. You're going to need to find a place somewhere around town. That can be churches. A lot of those are nonprofits, government agencies, any nonprofit like a church, a nursing home, a food bank, any of that kind of stuff. So if you want to do that, I can do it that way. Do you need to think about that for a minute while I visit with the next person, or do you know?
No, ma'am. I was gonna ask you if I could actually set up a payment plan because I work for HEB Warehouse now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I can, but I need you to send back the forms I sent you,
Right.
income stuff. So yes, I can do that, but I need to know the income information. And so I mean, did you not receive it?
Yes, ma'am. I did receive it. Okay. Dang. What happened? So, I just
Is if you
it
have it,
just kind of slipped my mind. It just kind of slipped my mind, honestly.
right? What I'm
But
trying to do is have you fill it out. So let me just send it to you now, and I'll wait while you fill it out.
is there a way I could do it like send it to you virtually?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to get you to do. That's why
Oh, really? I thought like when you sent it to me, I was supposed to print out the papers and sign everything and then go to the courthouse and then give them to you there.
No, we said to you, email this back, please. That's what we said.
Okay.
And that's still what we would do. But at
Okay.
this point, we have court, and I either have to reset you or I have to wait while you do it. And I've got
Okay.
time right now to wait.
Okay, yeah, you could yeah, go ahead and send that to me and I'll fill that out and have it sent right to you.
Okay, stay on the line then.
Yes, ma'am.
when you're done, when you've sent it, wave, but we'll send it to you again, and then when I know that you've sent it back, I'll start looking for it. Okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Let me put that over here. Okay, on Miss Castro's cases, Mr. Matson, can you update me?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm going to be filing dismissals on both of these for compliance. I will have that to the court sometime this morning.
We can print them here and do them here. And
That would be great.
Ms. Castro, we will email those to you so that you have copies, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You're good to go. We'll send it to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Mr. Starling, we just resent those forms to you, so you can start looking to see if they're there yet. And once you get them, print them, fill them in, email them back, and then give me a wave, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're fine. Don't worry. Okay, Mr. Matson, I know that you're looking forward to talking to Mr. Elliot Deutsch on the Susan Del Valle case, and I'm moving you forward to that meeting.
Your Honor, am I on today's docket?
Let me see. Mr. Marquez?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you and 15 other people. We're working as fast as we can.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure that I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yes, you are where you're supposed to be. We'll get to you soon. I will be right back, folks. I'm going to grab some papers to sign since I'm waiting on the prosecutor, just like you are. So. You look tired.
I'm Judge Pearson.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm actually at work and I requested an hour for the court. So I was just trying to see, is there a possibility for me to reschedule to come in person or am I next?
What's your name?
Last name Johnson, first name Shadija.
I can take you right now. I didn't see that you were here. I
Yes.
just, iPhone, sorry, missed it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know I was supposed to put my name.
That's okay. I just don't know who's here when it says that. And I thought I caught them all, but I missed yours. Apologies.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, let's see now. We had community service on your 4 cases.
Yes, ma'am.
And they weren't done. And then I just got a request for a payment plan. And like Mr. Starling, I said, sure, send me back your income information update it, please. And we didn't get that back. So,
Yes, ma'am. I walked it in. Actually, I told her it was the same, but she told me to fill out another form. I
so
actually came in there at the front desk.
if it is the same and you indicated that, then I guess my question is how I'm trying to figure out how we're going to be able to do it. I mean, let me pull it and look.
I don't have a card note anymore. I think I listed my card note on there as well. So that's a.
Because it's different.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, ma'am.
If somebody says to me, I want to make payment and I can't see how they could do it, I'm not
Well,
do that.
yes, ma'am. Well, actually, Miss Pearson, I told her I wanted to just speak to you directly because
To be in writing. Can I get her financial form?
yes, ma'am. I don't mind. I'll turn it in. I'll redo one today, but I was actually asking to speak to you, period. Because I don't mind the community service hours. I don't mind the payment, either one. Only thing is I'm out on contract with Home Depot, so we're nationwide contract. I'm never in Temple but Saturday and Sunday. So until off season, which is after December the 19th, I wasn't able to do any hours. So I was just trying to see if I could get it scheduled, like pushed back or anything. I don't mind doing the hours, and I can pay and I can update a better one because I do not have a card note anymore. Like you said, something has changed. But my only problem was I wasn't able to complete hours because I wasn't in town. I'm on a contract where we literally go state to state. I was just in Tampa last week. Next week I'll be traveling to Alabama. Like I don't get off officially off the road to December the 19th.
Okay, hang on just a moment. We're trying to print that so that I can talk to you.
Okay.
You're not
Yes,
driving.
ma'am.
You're not driving, are you?
Oh, no, ma'am. I just came and sat outside. It was the only open room where no noise or anything. No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on, we're getting there. I hear the printer going behind me. Very much. Okay. So who do you work for?
WIS International, it's an inventory company.
Okay. And when you have take-home pay, first of all, when are you paid? Are you paid like the 1st and 15th? Are you paid every other week? How's
About every 2 weeks on a Friday. Every 2 weeks on a Friday.
okay. And then what does your paycheck look like as a general number?
I would say between 16, no less than 1,400. Between 14 and 16, it always ranges.
Okay. I'm going to use an average just to get a ballpark idea, right? Is anyone in your home disabled or, receiving services?
No, ma'am.
Are you the only income to the home?
Yes, ma'am.
And your mom lives with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And then your rent is how much again?
8, 10.
Okay. Your electric generally?
I load 100 out of every 2 week checks. So I just load. I load $100. It's like pay as you go. So I load 100
out of every 2 weeks.
So like 200 a month.
Okay. And your water, how is that one?
It's like 50, no more than 55.
And then your phone bill, what does that run you?
$62 after tax.
And what do you think you spend a month on food?
I'm never there, so I would say 100 or less.
And then cable, you put $28?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on the student plan.
Okay. And then your car note, do you still have?
No, ma'am. I don't have a car note anymore.
And insurance, I have $100 a month.
Yes, ma'am, but I don't have that anymore as well.
Oh, you just don't have a car.
No, ma'am. I turned it in. My engine actually locked up, so it's at repair. They're trying to see if they're going to total it out or they're going to give me a new one. So I don't have a car note or insurance at this moment.
Okay. So yeah, actually you're doing a lot better than the first.
Okay.
It's pretty different. So I'm counting this. You don't have to fill it out now. We're doing it now.
Okay.
And I'm making a note. Can you do $50 every 2 weeks, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said Fridays. Is it this Friday or next Friday that you?
It's this Friday.
Do you want to start this Friday or the following pay date?
Can we start the following payday?
You can, because that's actually Christmas.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's helpful for a lot of folks. So we'll start on the 27th. And it's every 2 weeks. So when you get paid, we get paid, and you can pay online, you can call it in, or you can swing by, whichever works best for you. All I need today is a signature. Can I
Okay.
email this to you and have you get it back to us sometime today signed?
Yes, ma'am. I'll do it after 2 o'clock when I get off.
Okay, do you need a note for work?
No, ma'am. He just let me take an hour off. I'm
Okay,
just sitting in the parking lot.
then Ms. Johnson, you are good to go.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You have a great day.
Thank you, and you too.
Bye-bye.
I'm moving Mr. Deutsch over. There we go. Okay. On the Del Valle case, where are we, folks?
Your Honor, there is an offer on the
Okay.
table. It'll actually be handled today. I just need to file. This is a ticket with a construction zone enhancement, so I'm gonna need to file the request to remove that before we get paperwork done.
Okay,
So if you need to reset it, we can certainly do that, but the paperwork will be sent to Mr. Deutsch
okay.
later today.
Just
And we will be accepting and completing the paperwork and getting it back to the court.
okay. Well, just you know, just to not keep you having or have you have a bunch of emails flying at you. I will wait until tomorrow. I won't reset it right now. And as long as it's resolved by tomorrow, you know, getting everything in, then I will not reset it. Okay.
Very good. I haven't seen the paperwork, but can I sign for my client?
Of course.
Okay, then fine. It'll be done by tomorrow. No problem.
Very good. Okay. And let's see. Mr. Matson, you're emailing everything over. You can email it all at once with the assumption that I'm about 99.9% likely to sign it if you'd like.
Okay.
Because I kind of know what your offer tends to be. So I will not worry about it until tomorrow, and we'll see that we can get it off.
Thank you.
That sounds great, Your Honor.
Thank you, folks. Mr. Deutsch, with that request, you're free to go unless you have anything further for me.
The other
We still
matter,
have Ms. Helton, Your Honor.
I'll have one more case, don't you? The Helton case. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead.
On that one, Your Honor, a deferral has been accepted. The terms are going to be 120 days with a Type 3A certified record by day 60 and payment of the fine by day 30.
And Mr. Deutsch, is that your understanding of the deferral agreement?
yes, it is.
Okay, if I just email this to you, print it, sign it, and email it back.
Yes.
Okay. Then I bet we can get that done today, and we'll email that over to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Take care. Be in touch. Have a nice day. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you, sir. Mr. Matson, I have your note from Mr. Mason. Did you, I'm just looking real quickly. Let me get that file pulled out. Last time we made, you know, an offer was made. And I don't mind the reset. Do you know if y'all have an agreement of some sort?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I do not.
Okay. Are you opposed to the reset? I think it's the first one, but it might be a second.
I'm not opposed to it, no.
Okay. Okay, I'll reset that to the 2/11/5 date. And I'm going to move you forward then. Your next person is, hold on, I've just got a little behind on my accounting here. We're done that. Is finished. So I'm going to say the first name incorrectly. I'm sorry. Tenny Kyles, are you here? She was. She's logged in, but okay, I'll keep trying, but I'm going to move forward with Mr. Horacio Marquez. I just saw him.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Marquez, can you?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. I'm moving you over to that meeting. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Harry Bramble, can you get on screen and just let me talk to you? Is he a defendant? Okay. Perry Bramble,
Yes, I'm here, ma'am.
hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. Can you get on video?
I can.
Okay.
How
Hi.
you doing?
Good. Um, Let me just ask you, do you have a case before the court?
Yes.
What's the last name on the case?
Um, it was for me having insurance.
Okay, let me look and see. I see it. Let me check and figure out where we are with this. That case was dismissed. The state reviewed your case and they decided that they were going to dismiss it. And I signed it, and so you are good to go.
Okay, I can go to sleep. I have work. Oh man, I'm so tired.
Go back to bed.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Stay well.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you. Rubio, Sonia Rubio. I have her stuff here. Let me take a look at it. She's not here. I don't think she's here.
She's not here.
Mhm.
It says there's something wrong with her wing, but we can contact on the phone.
Mhm. Okay, well, this is her show cause conversation today, right?
And Miss Squirrel, she's on a pre-trial docket. We have to talk to her right before court started and make sure that she's gonna be here,
Mhm.
and now we can't get on the phone.
Okay. I'll make decisions about those in just a quick moment.
It's frustrating.
Well, yes, it is. People should, it's like, I feel like I sound like Judge Eglin. People's word used to mean something. Yeah.
Or to me, it's like you're not allowed on Zoom.
Yeah.
You have to come in person now.
Yeah. Well, that is going to be part of it. But you may just be convicted too. When you're playing with courts, catch me if you can doesn't usually benefit you. Okay, let's talk with Mr. Matson and Mr. Marquez. Let's get an update on the two cases that are pending.
Your Honor, I wanted to see if Mr. Marquez would be granted community service.
Okay, let me look.
I believe his payment application or his financial affidavit is a bit outdated. So
Yeah.
you may need to ask him a couple of questions.
Yes. Mr. Marquez, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where are you working or what kind of, you're a pipe fitter. Can you tell me the nature of your work? I mean, I understand what you do, but it sounds like you do contract work.
So yes, I work for right now. I just got hired on December 2nd. So I had to, I also do welding. So in order for me to get a job, this job, I had to take 4 weld tests and pass them in order to achieve employment.
Okay,
So I passed it, and I do welding and pipe fitting.
okay, great. So is that a permanent job? Because I'm not sure from what you've told me.
So in my line of work with contractors, there is no such thing as permanent work.
Right.
It's all depends on the needs of manpower. And I had to leave my local area to come out to Austin's area in order to work.
I understand. What does your paycheck look like right now when you get paid?
Well, this week's gonna be extremely short. Uh, I think it might be just slightly a little over 2,000. And then I know that 1248 has to go to a truck payment. Otherwise, they repo my truck. So I'm already falling 4 months behind.
How much is
And then
sorry.
after that, on a full week, it's supposed to be about 3,000.
Stop, Mr. Marquez, you're jumping around and I'm gonna get lost. And I'd like to get you back to work. So we'll get to the question that you're trying to give me an answer to in a moment. You said this week it might be a little short. Are you on the weekly getting paid?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how long do you anticipate this job that you're currently working on to take?
They might say about anywhere from 6 months to a year.
Okay. Okay. And then someone is disabled in your home, is that right?
Say that one more time, ma'am.
Someone was receiving disability the last time we updated.
That'd be me. I receive a VA disability, and that covers the mortgage on the home.
Yes.
That's the only reason I still have a home.
Yeah, I see that. So, okay, so everything got very much behind is what I'm seeing, right?
Yes.
And let me ask you, do you all receive any food stamps?
No food stamps. I don't even know if I qualified. Don't even know how to apply for them in Texas.
I don't think you would apply. I don't think you would qualify now. Child support, are you paying it or receiving it?
Receiving.
Okay, is it getting paid?
Yes.
Okay. And then your son is 10, Sebastian?
Yes, my son is 10 and another baby on the way, either due in December or January.
Okay. And then your medical, are you paying that out?
Well, that comes out of for every hour I work with these contractors, they pay so much into it. So that the contractors technically pay into it, but it's out of my package deal.
Okay. Okay. And so it's like your insurance?
Yes.
Okay. And then your gasoline and your cable. Then you put Ally, Allly. Who is that?
Oh, that's the truck. Yeah.
And if you were up to date, what would your normal truck payment be?
1248.
Every single month?
Yes.
Okay. So Mr. Matson, in answer to your question, no, but he needs to get caught up. He needs probably some time to get caught up. One option is to, set up something, but push it out as far as we can. Another would be to do a reset. So y'all may need to talk further.
Okay.
Mr.
I had a question.
So I was asking Mr. Matson a question.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I want to do that first. Mr. Matson,
What was your question, Judge?
would y'all need to talk further?
Yes, probably.
Okay. Uh, let me move y'all back over to that meeting. Hang on. Mr. Marquez, um, you're going to need to there's a button on the screen to go back over to the meeting, or you're gonna have to hang up and dial back in, because once we moved you over, it becomes under your control, or you have to move back in to give me control. It's not gonna let me send you to that meeting. Yeah, I'm gonna disconnect him so he can do it. Nope, he went in. He got it. Okay. I let Zena know that Ms. Rubio is gonna have to give us her phone number for me to call her, because we've got several, and she's saying she's been talking to her, but that she hasn't been able to get her in the meeting. So I'll call her, but I need to know the number to use.
Yeah, because the number we have is.
We have several. So there's just one. They're in the same place.
It says it's restricted.
Okay,
It's contact restricted or something like that.
okay. Well, there ought to be a way to dial her. Otherwise I can't dial her. So if she doesn't want to give me a number that works for us and she can't get in, then she needs to come into court. But her community service was due a month ago. I don't have much time. I've already done a waiver on one thing for her. Are we ready to bring Mr. Marquez back over? Sorry, you're on mute.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. Okay, let's check in. Where are we on the two issues? Mr. Matson, let's start with you.
Your Honor, we are going to go ahead and reset just to give Mr. Marquez some time to get caught up on things.
Okay, we're resetting Zoom pretrial to February 11th. And may I email you at the email that we used to set up today's meeting?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any further questions?
Yes, if at the time that I pay the before my court date, if I'm able to pay the full amount, uh, do I still need to come back to the court date?
I need to have paperwork, so probably not. The question is, if I think you should reach out to Mr. Matson when you're ready to move forward and
Okay,
kind of make that movement together. Does that make sense?
okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You're good to go. Okay. Ms. Kyles? Tenny Kyles,
Hi, good morning.
morning. I have you scheduled to meet with the prosecutor. And we just need to make sure that your video and audio is working. And I'll move you over to that meeting. His name is Mr. Matson.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That will come on from the front desk. Let me check on it. It says the email states she can't do the hours in the email as attached. But there isn't one. There's just a printout.
Oh, shoot.
I'm sorry, Sonia Rubio.
drafting that as far as giving her a whole list of places in that area to go to, and she still can't find a place.
It's a deferral in both cases. Yeah. Never mind. I got an answer.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Here we go. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get an update then from Mr. Matson and Ms. Kiles.
Judge, I was reviewing Ms. Kyle's financial affidavit.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure if she would be deemed indigent or not. I do know that she's not currently working, and with a new baby, she has limited availability to leave the house for community service.
So are you still doing DoorDash work?
I'm not. I just had a baby about 14 days ago. So I'm currently just a stay-at-home mom now.
What's your baby's name?
Braylon. It's a boy.
E-R.
Braylen.
Okay. Braylon Kiles?
Braylon Dean. Dean.
Thank you. So you're living with family?
Yes.
Okay. And is the other parent helping?
No.
Okay. And so right now you'd have no income and really no way to do community service.
Correct. I'm a single mom and just trying to figure this thing out. It's my first kid. Um,
Okay. Mr. Matson, if I can remove the barrier of the financial situation, what is your goal with your case here?
To defer, Your Honor.
Okay, I can do a deferral and make a waiver in this case.
Then in that case, Your Honor, it would just be a 120-day period of no other convictions or citations.
Okay. So, Ms. Kyles,
Yes.
I'm going to follow the request, and I think that you agree. We're going to do a deferral, which will keep it from being a conviction on your record. The conditions that you're required to follow are that you not receive any more citations, don't get arrested or fail to attend any court hearings if you have any, and keep your address and contact information up to date.
Yes, Your Honor.
I need a signature today on the document, but as long as you do, keep within those restrictions, then the case will be dismissed. The 254 would be waived, and I would sign that effective immediately.
Okay, and then you said the document that need to be signed today, is it possible that can be emailed?
Yeah, I would email it to you, you print it and email it back. Can you do that today?
You said print it and email it back?
Yeah, because you'd have to sign it.
Oh, okay. I can try to make a way. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll send that over to you or email.
Okay.
We're always here if you're running into issues.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm gonna let you go.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And you have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And appreciate your taking your time out.
No, it's my job, but thank you.
All right. Well, you take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. You're good to hang up.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Flores, can you get on the screen, please, and video, audio and video, please?
Great, Judge.
Thank you. I'm going to move you over to a meeting with Mr. Matson.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Starling, I'm looking for your documents. Give me a moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, Your Honor.
You're good. What now? When did you send them? We don't have them yet.
I was supposed to send it to Court Online Help, right? I just now, well, I sent it like a few minutes ago at 10:43.
Okay, well, we'll keep looking.
Should I try sending it from a different email?
I would have assumed that you were just replying to an email that you've already received. Is that
No, I basically I did it from my files, so it's a separate email, not a reply. I can reply though if that would be better.
What's the email? I don't want to duplicate processes because that doesn't always help. Just throwing more water on a fire isn't always the thing. So let me ask you, what email is it coming from?
It's DeshawnStarling4@gmail.com. Do you want me to spell it for you?
Yes.
It's a DSHONSTARLING, the number 4@gmail.com.
And on Deshawn, it's not. Okay. So, okay, let me check that one. Who did you send it to?
Courtonlinehelp.gov.
Yeah, it's Court Online Help at templetx.gov.
Right. Hold on one second. Let me make sure that's what I did.
That's not what you just said.
Well, one second.
Mhm.
Court Online Help at templetx.gov. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Let's spell court wrong or something.
Did you spell court wrong, you said?
I said I may have. Let me just make sure I did. Yeah. No, I did it right.
Okay, we're gonna ask you to resend it.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the Flores case.
Your Honor, Ms. Flores has received discovery, so she's gonna need some time to review that. If we could reset, that'd be great.
Okay. We are gonna reset to, February 11th on Zoom. Is that okay with each of you?
Yes, Judge.
Yes,
Thank you.
Judge.
Okay, then we will send that to the email that we have on file, Ms. Flores, Attorney Flores.
Thank
And
you.
you would, just let me know, did that email work okay this time?
Yes, it did.
Okay, Attorney Flores, you're good to go with the thanks of the court.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
And thank you. Okay, Mr. Mattson, I'm still working with Mr. Starling, or trying to, and, but I don't see anybody else for you. I did not hear from, nor did I get anything regarding Tierra, Earl. And that's just gonna turn into a requirement to post bond and come in live.
All right, Your Honor. Who was that name that you said?
Last name was Earl. Tia,
She she got moved around a lot.
okay. She, just because there's, 6 cases pending, I think there's been a lot of movement of that case, and it's, I have it on your pretrial, but it's not, it may not be showing up the way it should. So
Okay.
I'll double back and check on that too, but, shouldn't hear, so that's neither here nor there. Okay, but you are good to go. Otherwise, you had everybody here today, so that's good news.
Thank you, Judge. I will send over the paperwork for, what was it? The Del Val case shortly.
Oh, yeah, great. Once y'all get it sorted out, I would kind of like to get, with both he and Mr. Lowry, no, I'm sorry, Gray. You know, they're saying, well, you agree, but then I'm not, it doesn't sound like it happened. So it would be good to get their signatures if we can get them. Before, I know Mr. Gray probably, that's not gonna get resolved today. Mr. Deutsch, it might feel more solid to you, I don't know.
Yeah, he is going to sign it. I just have to get the enhancement removed first so that the fine can be adjusted, and then send him the deferral paperwork.
Okay. He just kind of
So-
threw me with the question of whether he's allowed to sign for his client. But-
yeah, I anticipate that'll be done ASAP.
I know in district courts, I mean, usually they're signing too, so it's a little bit different. Okay, all right. I think I don't have anything further for you. I guess I'll see you next week.
Sounds good, Judge. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. You take care.
You too.
Okay. Mr. Starling, where are we with the email?
I went ahead and replied to the emails, the email you guys sent to me. So,
We're printing it right now.
okay, cool.
You say he, he's a carrot.
All right, I had a question.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me go back to the PDF.
When are you paid? What day of the week?
I get paid on Thursdays.
Okay,
Every Thursday.
every week?
Yes, ma'am.
And the other parent, is the other parent involved?
When you say involved, what do you mean exactly?
I mean, are they living in the same household as you?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Are they paying child support?
No, ma'am. I pay child support currently.
Okay, is that removed from your your paycheck before you receive money?
It just started. I think I got an an envelope in the mail saying they would start. I don't know if they have started taking out yet, but um, yes, yeah.
Okay. So, and then the children, are they living like 50-50? How's that working?
Well, some like it just really depends. Like when I'm at work, she has them, but when I'm off, me and my current girlfriend have them.
Okay. And then what is your rent where you live?
Um, well, the bills all together a month are okay, so 200 for the light bill and like 150 for the water bill. So
So what I'm asking, and I'll just ask it again. It says you own the home,
I don't own the home, but it is owned by my grandma, but I live here.
but what I'm asking is, are you paying to live there?
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. That was blank. So,
I'm not paying to live here.
okay.
I'm paying bills. I don't pay to live here.
Got it.
There's no rent. There's no mortgage.
I understand. So then my next question is, you said your electric was about 200?
Yeah, but like 250, I use a lot of electricity.
Okay, and your water bill?
My water bill isn't usually high. I'm just gonna say it gets as high as like 150.
Okay, and where you put insurance, you put 8150. Is that like car insurance or?
That's health. Is it health insurance?
No, I think you have health insurance under medical.
Um, it's an insurance I take out of my one of my checks. I can't remember what it was actually. Well, I can actually check that. Um, oh well, I guess I could have lumped that in with medical actually.
What are you
Because
paying medically? When it says 112 for medical, what's the payment for?
one second, one second. I can actually look at that. Oh, you know what? Think well because it says can I screen share with you so I can show you?
What you're trying to tell me, and I can see if I need that.
Okay, so I'm looking at my what comes out of my check and the description says federal MED, which is I'm not really sure what that is, but I just went ahead and put that down.
That
And
has
then
with something else. What?
okay, so then so I should probably take that off then?
No,
Okay. Well, and then
I see about your paycheck, but I can tell you that that's not. Are you insured through your job?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you see where that's been removed?
Yes, ma'am. That the amount is 112
Okay.
for medical.
Okay. Got it.
Oh. Wait,
And
so when is our medical and dental both basically medical?
you'll have to talk to your HR department about that. I can't answer that.
Okay.
All I'm interested in is your net, which you've told me, and your garnishments, which you've told me. And then I want to know, do you pay car insurance?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So where it says insurance here, 8150, is that for the car?
No, no, ma'am.
Where did that number come from and who filled it in?
I filled it in.
Yeah. You just did it. What does that number mean?
It's okay, so it's combined with a Fed MED, Fed OASDI, and federal withholding.
Okay, and then you told me you have gas. So what's the gas for? Do you have a vehicle?
No, ma'am. I paid my grandma.
Okay, like to get rides and
Yes,
things
ma'am.
or to use a car?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
all right. Okay, I've got, now what other bills do you have that I didn't ask you about?
I don't think there's anything else. I'm pretty. Oh wait. Well, did I put the phone number? My phone bill? I think I may have put my phone bill on there. It's 100 a month.
Yeah, I got it. Okay,
Okay.
so you said that you can pay $300 a month, but you only owe the court 477. So are you wanting
Oh,
like half and half, like 250 and then the balance
oh,
250 this
I
month?
can.
Listen to my question and then I'll get an answer, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This month, let's say at the end of the month, can we do 250 and then next month the balance and then you'll be done?
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
Okay. How about since you're paid on Thursdays, right?
Mhm.
And you're paid every week?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do the first payment on the 26th. And then 4 weeks later, the 23rd, let's do the balance. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
Okay. And then I'm gonna email that to your phone. I mean, sorry, to your email, a payment plan that says that. And you're signing it today and emailing it back to us, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Will that work?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
Okay, I'm just making a note for the clerks to have in their file. And then we're good to go.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then we will send that over to you. I just need it back today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're good to go.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.